Welcome to another fun-filled, fact-packed episode of Technical Timeout right here on the UEL's YouTube channel. Each and every single Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 p.m. Pacific. Week 3 is done. The race for $1 million continues mañana. But we've got a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be name-checking a lot of you tonight. Hey, do you deserve to be in your tier? Are you looking at your contract and wondering, can I get traded? Well, we're going to talk about all that and so much more. So let's get locked in, because I've got one question for you and one question only. Are you ready? Because it's time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. And it is time to get down like a clown, like Charlie Brown, and turn that frown upside down. And it is time for the UEL to shine. So what do you say we get down to that UEL beatdown? I'm Logan Summit, and my best quality here at the UEL is being tall, dark, handsome, and modest. But somebody has to pull it off, right? Well, I've got some questions, and hopefully you've got answers. Because here at the UEL, you can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, because this is where it's at. So are you ready to get locked in? Oh boy, it's gonna be a barn burner! Let's get to the week that was. Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. Well, kids, do you like money? I know you do. Guess what? Roblox is in the news again. That's right, Roblox has announced its 6 billionth user. Yeah, it's true. Billion with a B. And guess what? They have been evaluated at over $40 billion. How crazy is that? Especially since 70% of their developers are in-game players that are being paid with in-game funds. Sounds like a child labor law issue to me. Is Roblox the new mafia? Just saying. The World Series of COD was right here in Viva Las Vegas this weekend, and the Falcons took home the trophy. But big ups to the second place COD Immunity team and my friend King Cryptix's roommate Unrational coming in second place and bringing home that $160,000 second place prize. Not bad for a day's worth of work playing some video games, right? And last but not least, the MTV VMAs happened this week. And guess what? Sabrina Carpenter kissed an alien on stage. Ooh, scary, right? But it made us think back to 2016 when Britney Spears kissed Christina Aguilera on stage. Sorry, I needed a moment. And it made Britney Spears go directly to social media. By the way, Britney, stop doing that. And she asked, why didn't she just kiss a girl? Well, maybe she did kiss a girl and she didn't like it, Britney. Maybe that's what she's into. Aliens? To each their own. And now it's time for the Champ and the Chump. The Champ and the Chump is brought to you by G Fuel. Head on over to gfuel.com, use code Logan to save yourself a bunch of cash on all your G Fuel wants and needs. Trust me, you'll thank me in the morning. The champ this week has to be Dolo, going absolutely Dolomite on the competition in the finals and laying the smackdown that even The Rock would be proud of.
And they gave a completely valid reason for avoiding Overwatch, and this is what they needed. We said that these lineups might need to be too perfect for them to find wins.
Goodness!
And the chump. Sad face. Has to go to the kitten, aka the cat. Oh my gosh. He says it was a button check issue that caused him to wreck at the end of the race. At the finish line in F1. I call shenanigans. That's a lie, Cat, and I'm calling you out on it right now. No button check issue. That was a time issue. You were playing with the clock. Bill Belichick would be proud, but you're a liar, liar, pants on fire. Tell me what you think in the comments.
This is the one Cat blew through in the first lap to get that penalty. Now burn all the battery.
Nope.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Whoa!
And that was the best and the worst from the week that was. The champ and the chump. Now it's time for issues. And now it's time we talk in private because I've got some issues. And Issues is brought to you by Newer. Visit newer.com today and use code Logan to save yourself 20% off of all your creator wants and needs. That's right, newer.com. Use code Logan. Save yourself 20% off of all your pro gear at amateur pricing. Week 4 is upon us, and it's time we ask the tough questions. Is the fact that the league is going back into free agency after Season 9 deterring the teams from making trades within Season 9? Are they just trying to make it work? Well, a lot of the teams are saying that's what they're going to do this season. However, for the majority of the league, it ain't working. And it is time for some of these players to be looking at their contracts and looking for those clauses. And I ain't talking about St. Nick. Look, Shoguns, every single player on your roster should be quaking in their proverbial boots right now because none of you are safe. Yeah, Dolo, you look good during the finals, but none of you have a winning record. The Shoguns need a complete overhaul. I don't know if it's part of the culture that the team has created or if it's just a synergy that you are lacking within the chemistry and makeup of the squad. But something needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. Hollywood came out this week and said he is willing to trade Garto, his number 2. Well, Hollywood is the only one on the Blaze with a winning record, so the rest of you should be worried about your spots on the squad as well. The Blaze are looking better. However, the second half of their last game, they went 4-7, so there is some much needed improvement that they can still make. Now let's go a little bit crazy and talk about Psycho. Psycho is 8-14 on the season, and the last game he went 5-7 with the second worst record on the team, right behind a reserve player. Are you a real tier 2 or not? Inquiring minds want to know. You should be looking at your contract right now because if I'm standing where you're standing, I may be looking at apartments in other cities. The Cyclones will have to make that decision on their own. But speaking of Cyclones trades, the Cyclones keep telling us that they definitely got the better of the Silver trade. But from where I'm standing, Silver may not have been a golden trade. He has progressed outside of some fighting games, but his record is still trash. So has Hollywood proven to be an alchemist and trading in Silver to grab some gold in the future down the road? It certainly looks so. Silver and the Cyclones, the better of that trade? I don't think so. So the question still remains, who is the worst team in the league? Is it the Wolves? Is it the Shoguns? Maybe even the Paladins? But a lot of the teams in the leagues have not cemented their legacy for this season yet. There are moves that can be made, and moves you need to make. Don't start thinking about next season until Season 9 is over. Yes, it's always good to have an eye down the road, but Season 9 is here, and only 20% of it is gone. We've still got 80% of the season to play. There's money to be made, baby. Are a lot of the teams just giving back to their players because this year is a money year? It certainly seems so, and that is a losing mentality. That is not a winner Mamba mentality. Speaking of non-winner mentalities, the Wolves have been rumored to not be practicing Lumina Rush. There's 33 games on the wheel. You are expected to know all of them. And guess what, Wolves? The new update just dropped. So why don't you pick up the sticks, the mouse and key, and get to practicing? Because you're gonna need a lot of practice if you hope to pull this season out of the gutter. And like the great John Wooden once said, perfect practice makes perfect. You gotta sit down and put in the time. Well, it looks like Lockdown took a cue from me, pulled down his magic 8-ball, and made some predictions. He happened to be right. DZ announced this week that he has stepped back from playing and took on a full-time coaching role. Good job, Lockdown. And the Cat, your current MVP and the 3-time defending champion, has come out and said some of the teams that are struggling with the 1 through 7 tiers should maybe knock it down to 5 like they did in the Season 8 finals. Easier said than done, Cat. Not everybody has the Reaper squad behind him. Also, I don't know who's in charge of catering over there in the UEL, but I gotta tell you this. The Ghosts look like they had the itis coming out of the half the other day. So next time, why don't you break out the orange slices, Mom? And each and every single week that the Reapers play, Cutters cuts somebody down. He is the Larry Bird of the league. He gets the gold star in trash talking, and this week was just like every other week. He said Carnage is garbage in Fortnite, and he called him a nerd after him did their part in Lumina Rush. Cutters, keep doing you. And now Flying Kittens, aka Stars, let's have a talk. I need you to settle down. I love your enthusiasm, absolutely adore it, but you need to settle down a little bit and get locked in and focus up. You are not the cat. Do not stand before the game is over. The cat does that. It's not necessarily something you want to emulate, okay? Keep your seat planted until you have won. And also, button check works both ways. You need to talk to the game master and make sure button check has not been called. I hope you do not make that mistake again. What did you learn? All right, I'm always talking trash about players. You know what? Let's talk about some good things that have happened in the league. Well, it depends on which side you're standing on. But let's talk about some uplifting league information. Hydro was able to take Pip-Boy in Street Fighter 6, even though Pip is a master level player. Way to go, Hydro. Gurren swept at Tekken. That was awesome. If you were there, oh, you could cut the electricity in the air. And Chicken Tech went 1v4 in Rainbow Six Siege to secure a win. It was downright dirty, like Shaquille O'Neal on flip-flops. Yo, Chris G looked really good racing in CTR, and he came in first place, and then he told the crowd, hey, that was my first time playing. Well, hopefully it won't be your last. I love the fact that Chris G is taking to the league and taking it seriously. If you watch any of his streams, he is practicing a lot of the wheel. And he definitely is a force to be reckoned with in Maelstrom now. Bo Seif told me the other day, I am the GOAT at Fortnite. And well, their clutch certainly was goatish. They're doing quite well this season. They're 13-6 on the season. And you know who's right behind them? Not quite a man yet, but Pizza Man is 12-7 on the season. And now it's time to make some predictions. I am currently 10-2 with my predictions, so let's break out the old Magic 8 Ball and see who's getting that win this week. In our Thursday edition of the UEL, we see the 1-1 Bandits going against the 0-2 Cyclones. Look, the Bandits beat the Paladins, but they lost to the Click, and the Cyclones have lost to both the Bots and the Blaze. Bandits, you need to show up and show out and show the rest of the league that you are a team to be contended with. Well, I got you winning this one. Let's see what happens. On the Friday night edition of the UEL, we've got the 1-1 Bots going against the 1-1 Ghosts. Look, the Ghosts have lost to the Reapers, best team in the league and the 3-time defending champions. They also lost to them without Cat, and they beat the Wolves. But here's the question, are the Wolves the worst team in the league? There may be a 3-place tie for that. The Wolves, the Paladins, and the Shoguns all are sitting at the bottom of the barrel. I've got the Bots taking this because the Bots only lost to the Ravens without Billy, but he'll be there this week. And in my match of the week, we see the X-Gods versus the Ravens. Look, the X-Gods are 2-0, and so are the Ravens. But the Ravens haven't exactly showed us all that much quite yet. Wonk, who and crew are going to need to do some work this week, because it's the way I see it, the Reapers and the X-Gods are number one in this league, and until somebody can show me different, that's the way the ball bounces, G. I got the X-Gods and AJ taking this one to the bank. And in our Sunday edition of the UEL, we see the 0-1 Paladins go against the 1-0 Click. Look, from the Paladins camp, I keep hearing they're branding. They're creating a creator team. What does that mean? Get some wins for the love of everything that is good in this league. The name of the game is winning, and you haven't shown the rest of the league that you can do that quite yet. The Click beat the Bandits, but what does that really show in the long run? Well, we're going to find out this week if the Click have what it takes to be at the top of the heap. I see the Click taking this one. All right, let's find out how I did. Most likely to what? Most likely to be tall, dark, handsome, and modest? I already won that battle. And now it's time for 5 questions. And now it's time for 5 questions. Look, I've got questions, and hopefully you've got answers. Our guest this week is none other than the Tier 1 from the Click. It's my friend, your friend, and the league's friend. It is Chicken Tech.
Yo, what's up?
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Let's jump right in. As the Tier 1 on your team, what do you need to do better to get your team back to those winning wins?
Honestly, like the scoreboard had a big gap, but a lot of the games were really close. Like, for example, the finals, right? Like, we had it at like 95% to victory, and then they was able to bring it back, but we just couldn't retake. And so it's just like little minor things with like team synergy type deal stuff, with like a little bit of coverage expansion needed. But other than that, like we're coming together. We've all played together at one point or another, but where we've all never played together, so it's like a little finicky, but it's coming together. It's coming together.
And you think time will be the telling factor in this, right? The more you guys get the opportunity to practice and play together, this will work itself out with the 80% of the remainder of the season?
Yep. By playoffs, I think you're going to see a lot different game when it comes to the Reapers, because it will be us in the finals the conference finals.
Strong statement. We'll be watching. I love it. I love that. Yes, let the Reapers know that they're not just sitting up there all high and mighty without any competition below, because I know you guys are chomping at the heels. Now, question number 2. What is your favorite anime? My favorite anime happens to be Cowboy Bebop, and my favorite movie is Ninja Scroll. Where do you fall in line?
Cowboy Bebop for sure that will always be my favorite. Like 100% hands down, like that'll never change. Close second is Naruto.
Ooh. My friend Merc Anthony would like to sit down and watch how many thousands of episodes of that? Man, there's too many episodes in anime. You can literally watch some of these for the rest of your life and not finish them. It's absolutely insane. Question number 3. There is a rumor around the league that you have a no trade clause and a Tier 1 exclusivity clause built into your contract. Is there any truth to that rumor, or are you really good at negotiation?
So I used to have a no trade clause. Okay. But with this season, I don't see me getting traded. And even if I do have the exclusivity Tier 1 within the contract. So if I do get traded, I'm still at Tier 1 because I know what my value is. And that's kind of my goal, is to bring everybody else on the team to bring their value up as well. And so everybody, if they want to go somewhere else, if they want to stay together, whatever, everybody's in a better spot all around.
It's so very important to know your worth. That's why there's managers and agents, and because it's so very hard to negotiate for yourself. So I commend you on any clauses that you're able to fit into your contract. I may have to give you a call sometime.
Hey man, a line's always open.
I appreciate that, but I'm like West Coast, baby. I could call you at like 2 a.m. Anyways, we'll save that for another night. All right, here we go. I think the kids would say pause on that. I think so. Anyways, question number 4. Living or dead, you can have dinner with any celebrity. Which one are you breaking bread with?
It's definitely got to be Leonardo DiCaprio. He just seems like a really peculiar individual.
Leo. Well, I got to tell you, I met him when he was younger. He used to hang out with an actor friend of mine in New York City, Andrew Davoli, who got capped in the middle of the street on The Sopranos season 4. Go check it out. But I got to meet Leo, and I'll have you know, he is just as weird as you hope he is. Yeah, actors and actresses are a little loopy. Imagine having to watch yourself on screen every day. I go bonkers. Now imagine how they feel.
Yeah, I'm sorry to a little bit. Not as much as them, but it's coming there.
All right. Question number 5. There's a rumor around the league that you did not play in the finals last season because of nerves. Now, I am a huge proponent of the fact that we do not talk enough about the mental game of esports. So, part 2 of this. Was it indeed nerves? And if so, how did you overcome that? Let's try to make this a learning experience for the rest of the league.
So it wasn't nerves. That was not it at all. I don't really get nervous when I play, but that's not the reason for me sitting out. I would say like the main reason is like on paper, it didn't make sense for me to go in because where I was at, if the team started doing a little bit more work on the games that I was good at, they should have been able to secure those. And then having that other person in just gave a little extra oomph to all the other games. And that was kind of the idea, but things happen. They got it. GG's to the Reapers.
GG's all around. Now, I got a bonus question for you because I know you want to talk about it because I jumped into your stream the other day and you stopped playing, put the controller down, and you're like, Logan, let me just, before I end up on technical timeout, let me explain something to you. So I'm going to give you your moment to shine. What the heck happened in Lumina Rush?
A very bad call is what happened. So apparently at the beginning of the game, Zach, or the game master, had told the Reapers that there's no resetting. But nobody on our team was told that at all, and it's not in the rules at all. It's been fixed now, though. So, like, resetting is still allowed. Okay. But just for our game, it's one of those situations. It sucks. What are you going to do about it? Just hopefully it don't happen again.
Yeah, this is one of those where I always ask, what did you learn?
Yep.
All right.
Well, and because of that, I would have had a positive record, by the way, if it wasn't for that.
All right. And by the way, I might be mentioning your 1v4 in Rainbow Six Siege a little bit later, but that's for another time, all right? Yo, thank you so much to the tier 1 of the click. Thank you, Chicken Tech. I appreciate you.
100%. I appreciate you having me on, brother.
And now it's time to find out who we're going to blame. The blame game, baby! And now it's time to play the blame game. That's right, the segment you asked for, and ask and you shall receive. My guest this week is none other than the Shogun's owner. It is Black Diamond, baby!
What's good, everybody? How we feeling?
Welcome to the show. Are you ready to play the blame game?
Yeah, I mean, if I must.
I get it. I know if I was sitting in your seat, the hot seat, if you will, I would have trepidations as well. Let's get into it. Look, as the owner of the Shoguns, I have to ask you, it has been a lackluster start to the season. There is a lot of talk around the league about trades here, trades there, or do you just wait for free agency at the end of the season and try to make it work within the season? Hollywood says Kara shouldn't even be playing. Dolo has shown up, but no one has a winning record. Chris G is practicing. We know that the team is headed in the right direction, but this is what's been happening to the Shoguns.
I think that ghost has gotten away as whatever prop they were. It may even be standing still at this point. No, there's a call out. And again, is it this car that they're... No.
I wonder if that's real or the telekinesis. It must be. We see the pin, and that ends up KIC. And KIC is just putting the pressure on, similar to what happened to him in these other games. He's not giving you room to breathe. This is going to be a lot of plus frames. Good job by Chris G waiting it out just to see if there was a follow-up. Nice dunk! Is that the punish? It is not. Unfortunately, that'll be the round.
KIC
a very good set of...
All right, I know that makes you want to tear up a little bit and cry, but as the owner, you got to tell me who's to blame for this Shogun start.
Right now, I'll just put it on preparation, right? So the team, if you really look at it as a bunch of new pieces coming together. So I actually don't agree that it's been a lackluster performance because our first game we went up against half of a championship squad, and the only reason why we lost some of the games was literally because of setups or comms. But you know, you guys don't come here to hear that, more or less. But it's kind of hard for me to place the blame on any one particular thing when I could point to minute things going wrong just from lack of preparation, and then just to show up in week 2 and really give the Ravens a real run for their money. I would just blame it on time. That's it. It's the Shogun's era. It's coming soon. So I really don't care what people around the league say.
Yep.
That's up to them. I just wait for the results to prove I'm proud of my team.
Well, you know what? So, look, we're only 20% into the season. We've got 80% of the season left to go. So, the growing pains that you're having will work themselves out as the team gets to practice, develop chemistry, and get that synergistic collaboration that they need to have to be successful. You think that will just naturally come throughout the season?
Absolutely. My team is full of very strong-willed people. Mentally, when I look at it, when I put the team together in the offseason, that was the number one thing I look for was the mentality. Skill is always going to be there, but what's your actual mentality towards it? And I can say I've got a team full of dogs, even players that haven't played necessarily. So, like I said, the league can say what they want to say. If we got, or I should say, doubters within the league, I don't think everybody's doubting us. But I actually like it this way because when you come out and put your foot on somebody's neck, it is what it is.
Yeah, no one ever sees the underdog coming until they're up there in your face, biting you, Mr. Postman, all day long. But I have to ask you, if you're saying preparation is the main problem, then my other question is coaching have something to do with that? Or is it just sitting down with the team and getting them to the point that they need to be comfortable with each other?
No, I don't think it's any of that. I think distance is the problem. We got players that are traveling in. Obviously, Chris G from Vegas. We got two players that are traveling 2 hours south of the venue, give or take. So the time to come into the venue and actually prepare was our first game. Once we knocked out those issues, we showed everybody that we can play. And honestly, it was a questionable call that really led to us even losing against the Ravens. So I'm not trying to blame the refs. If I'm going to play the blame game, we took the proper steps to prepare in that instance, and it resulted in what should have been 11 wins, and really we were going to win roller champs. So if I had to blame it on anything, it's just distance. Distance is the issue. But as you can see, off of two go-rounds, we had minimal preparation issues. So do with that what you will.
Fair enough. I like the honesty. You know what? Preparation is key. Like I said earlier on today, the great John Wooden once said, perfect practice makes perfect. And I am sure with that alliteratory statement, the Shoguns will put down the practicing and get it done. And I can't wait to see what your team does for the rest of the season. I wish you nothing but the best for the rest of this year. Black Diamond, thanks for being a guest.
Oh, yeah, much appreciated. And just keep an eye on the team. Can't wait to prove those naysayers wrong.
And we'll be watching. And now it's time for my hot take. And Hot Take is brought to you by Newhouse. That's right, visit newhouse.com today. Use code LoganRadioRocks to save yourself tons of cash on all that furniture your butt has been asking you for. The holidays are right around the corner. Go to newhouse.com right now and get yourself that sweet, sweet, sweet furniture that you've always wanted. Use code LoganRadioRocks. Each week on Hot Take, I give you my opinion. And I know you're thinking, would you be quiet already? Well, I would love for you to tell me to shut up, but the league hasn't done it quite yet. I cannot believe that we're heading into week 4, and I still have to talk about button check, button check, button check, setups, and you know what? A lot of come on already. Week 4, LG Skater Girl, no button check, come on. Hydro leaving StarCraft open during Overwatch 2? Come on. Blue saying, wait till I start practicing these games? It's week 4. When are you going to start practicing? Please. First of all, don't ever say that out loud. Don't let the rest of the league know. But also, start practicing. The Wolves didn't turn in a lineup. Look, you're arguably the worst team in the league. How do you get off not turning in a lineup? That almost proves that you are absolutely the bottom of the barrel. Bo Seif and Psycho, let's talk. How are you going to pick the same car in Forza? How is that a thing? You're on the same team. Just look and say, hey, what car you got, bro? Oh, okay. And then pick another one. Communication is key. And the Reapers and the Blaze got caught practicing before the game? Come on. What is this, JV? No, we're playing for $1 million. Get your head in the game. Get locked in. Practice is before you come to play. And the Shoguns. Come on. Setups. Practice them. Practice them. Practice your setups. That Tekken debacle was just tragic. I mean, there are no excuses for that. You can do better. We are heading into week 4, playing for $1 million. This is not a joke. This is your living. You do this as a professional gamer in the UEL. Start acting like it. And that's my hot take. Time flies when you're having fun. Hey, Logan, that's me. Come on and get some. Did you get yours today? I certainly hope you did. And thank you for being here. Each and every single Wednesday night, we break down the UEL better than anyone else can. Right here, 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 6 p.m. Pacific on the UEL YouTube channel. I thank you for being here. Remember, the race for $1 million continues tomorrow. We've got 4 days of UEL hot action, and I'll be there with you each and every single step of the way. So make sure you get locked in to all of the hot UEL action. Man, it's been a good time. I hope you had fun. Be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. Last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you will know when to keep up with me, the UEL, and all the awesomeness that is the Ultimate Endgamers League. I'm Logan Summit, and this has been Technical Timeout.